Okay, we're going to set up Gravit Designer here, and I've already logged in. There's going to be a specific way to log in if you're using a Chromebook in Gravit Designer. Once I get to the Start menu, I'm going to look through here, and it's really important to look at some of the things that are down here, like the tutorials, user guides, example files. These are all great resources as you start to learn this program. So I'm going to do a new design, and I'm going to change the pixels to inches, and the width is just going to be 8.5 by 11, which is a standard piece of paper. All right, so you're going to see that most of your tools, if not all of your tools, are right up top here. This is your inspector where a lot of the controls are going to be located. You can see the document. I can change the document right through here. The color mode is RGB, red, green, and blue. That's screen resolution. The CMYK is for print resolution, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. I can turn on and off the grid right here. That's helpful for helping you keep balance in the image. So let's start up here first. We're going to go to our shape tool, and you can see I have the drop down menu for all the different shapes that I can make. Let's start with just the regular rectangle. All right, if I hold the shift button down, it's going to make a square and let go. There we go. So I have a rectangle here. Here are my selection tools. I have two selection tools, the pointer and the sub select. The pointer is going to select the entire object. The sub-select is going to select points on a line, and we'll get to that a little bit later. All right, so the first thing I want to do is maybe change the color. So if I go over here into the inspector, I can see a bunch of different menus, my alignment tools, the size tools for the rectangle. Here's the color. So I can click here for the fill color, and that's going to be the inside color. The border in this case is the stroke color. So if I want to add a border to it, you can see it's black, and I can increase and decrease the size right there. Let's make it just 2 or 1 or 2. Good. There are certain effects that you can do, and you can certainly play around with these. Drop shadow, these are some of the things that we saw in the effects panel in Photopea and Photoshop. Okay, so now I have this. If I go into the sub-select piece, you can see I get these little buttons on the side, and these will allow you to bring those corners or those anchor points in and change the shape of the rectangle, so you can give it a little bit of a rounded corner. Now, this is really important. You can see it here as well. It will change the corners. What you want to do is, let's say you only want to do one corner here. You have to go into this setting button here and unclick the uniform corner. And by doing that, you can then just pull in one corner like that. Okay. Again, Command Z will undo everything. And it looks like you might have to do that each time you start a new design. There are also some presets that are in here. So you can see, gives it a little bit more of a frame characteristic. There we go. Okay. Next one we're going to see is just kind of the regular, circle. Again, if I want a perfect circle, I hold the shift button down. And then I go here to my move tool. All right, so I can keep these two on top of one another. If I control click or right click, you can see that I can also arrange, so I can send one to the back. And you can see in the layers how it just went behind that object. Okay, so the layers work just like the layers did in Photoshop. Now, another cool thing about this is, let's say I want to cut part of this shape. I can go up to this little knife tool that's right here, and I'm going to just click and drag. And you can see what it does is it actually cuts a shape into two pieces. So let's go back to the arrow, and I just want to select this. So it will create two pieces so I can cut the shape into pieces. Now, if I wanted to keep these together, like they're going to move as one, I would click and select it and then go up here to group selections. So now all of a sudden these are going to work as just one object, and I can always go ungroup the selections as well. So now they're back to two separate pieces. You can see here's your anchor point to turn everything. And another cool piece when you're actually creating shapes is I'm going to put these two shapes together. I'm just going to delete that. And oops, I want to enable autosave. Yes, save to cloud. Perfect. All right, so I have this. I'm going to bring this to the front and select these two. So now we're going to go to some of our shape modifiers right here. And you can see union will make that one shape. So it'll combine those two shapes together. Subtract will subtract the front piece. And then the intersect will just be that little circle there, or that little half circle. And then the difference. So now what I've done is just moved that piece where they overlapped. And what it's done is it's grouped these things. So let's go edit or modify, ungroup, and then see how it put that piece back together.